Jack, leave me. I beg you. It wasn't my plan, he said while begging you for his life as you were aiming your gun at him with rage in your eyes and was about to pull the trigger. Ian, I warned you, Jack, to stay away from my Ella. And you dare to challenge me by kidnapping her. Did your fear for me vanish that easily? Ella, stay away from him. You heard a trembling voice and looked at that direction. Your best friend of 5 years, Ella, stood before you while aiming her gun at you. Suddenly, Jack started laughing loudly. Jack, meet the mastermind of this situation, my master, he said while pointing his finger at Ella, then stood up and walked away from there, as he knew that he will get only a moment to save his life, and he used it well enough to run away. It took you only few moments to realize everything, but it just made you laugh loudly. You point your gun at a vase and shot every bullet of your gun at it. Then you throw your gun away while looking at Ella. Ella was looking at you dumbfounded and didn't realize when you approached her. Her eyes widened as she saw you standing really close to her. You hold the gun and help her to aim it directly at your heart. I aim your gun where you have already broken something, madam. Suddenly you kissed her forehead and whispered in her ear, Ian, may God protect you from all evil things except me. You say with a smirk and start moving backward without turning around. Ella took a deep breath and pulled the trigger immediately, but for her shock, nothing happened. No matter how many times she pulled it, nothing happened. You opened your fist while walking away and saw out the bullets of her gun while chuckling. In maintaining friendship and in deceiving someone, I am ahead of you in both. Finally, you turned around and walked away while Ella fell on her knees, trembling. You sit on the bonnet of your car and shout as loud as you can while hitting the bonnet with your palm as hard as you can. You didn't know that it anger or just pain or betrayal that made you so mad. Suddenly a message popped up in your phone and you opened it. Don't hurt your palm so much, my lady. It hurts here seeing you in so much pain. You scoffed seeing the message from your rival. Just stop following me everywhere I go. Didn't I already told you that I won't fall for your shit? Stop at you dare to do it again and again. Believe me, your dead body will be found in your house now if you do it again. You messaged him and it didn't even take a minute for him to reply back. Only if you kill will be the one who will take Trevor to kill me. I am all ready to go to heaven by your hands. You chuckle seeing his message and reply back. Cut the crap. Just meet me at our meeting spot at 7 p.m. He replied back immediately. As your wish, my lady. You turned off your phone and looked back. You found his car standing at a distance without any trouble. You jumped down from your car bonnet and said inside your car and drive away. While entering in the bar, you meet an unusual crowd and shout. You weren't interested in it at all and was about to move away until you saw a familiar figure there and went near it. I am not gonna leave you that easily. How dare you to misbehave with me and try to touch me wrongly? Do you think of me like those girls who tolerate anything? Then believe me, I am not one of those. You can say without even knowing the whole part that he is putting persecution on him. You looked at the man who was looking at the girl coldly and silently while that girl kept blabbering nonsense. That cold man was your rival and the mafia king, Kimtaehyung. He is clearly ahead of you and ruled the underworld. Still, you think of someone so great as your rival, and he gracefully accepted it. Taehyung, see, I am telling you this one last time to stop your drama, as I didn't even saw you until you start shouting. She was about to say something while a sudden interruption made her shut up. I, so what are you shooting? A prank video or a video which shows how a girl gets harassed in a farce? Just for sympathy, even though she didn't. You say while looking at the girl behind her who glanced at your sudden voice. Taehyung looked at you and a smile formed on his lips immediately. You are socially active and that's why you know these two girls who are famous for shooting pranks and blogs video. You go near the girl who was holding the phone and snatched it away from her. You can't took someone. She shut up in middle as you aim your gun at her while going to that phone, and suddenly their fourth section caught your attention. And so it was a prank video after all. You sent that video on your phone for proof, then delete it completely from her phone. See, it was just a simple prank. It means no harm, and Tucker was shouting loudly minutes ago, tried to explain, but she got shut up as a sharp slap landed on her cheek. Iron. After trying to destroy someone's reputation in public, you are saying it means no harm? The both were so shocked with the behavior that makes them tremble, badly in fear. Taehyung chuckled and he took the gun from your hand and saved it. I smiled. Taehyung, cool down, my lady. Your hand is already hurt, so don't take the trouble of hitting them with your soft hand. Just order me and I will shoot them immediately. He said it as smile, which really means no good for them. I am gonna see you for legally for this, so be ready to get a notice from my advocate. You said by walking away at Taehyung follow you. Taehyung, and I thought that I will finally get the honor of killing someone for you. And they are still teenagers who don't know nothing about life. It is just a reality check for them so that their future won't turn dark. Taehyung smiled looking at you while cat walking behind you. Taehyung, smoking is not good for your health. He said while snatching away the cigarette from your mouth, which only makes you chuckle. I, you didn't say it when I kept drinking again and again. Damn, I say, but you were so busy in ignoring my advice that you didn't even realize that you drink your eighth glass already and you can faint anytime now. You didn't reply anything and just kept leaning your back on the wall while closing your eyes. Damn, thank you for helping me today. You chuckled, then looked at him. I help you? Why even lying to yourself like this when you already know that I protect those girls from you, not you from them? I am not Brian who can't even see your hand reaching your gun as you wanna get annoyed and was about to kill them. Damn chuckled as you were right. Damn, looks like you understand me well enough now. He said while closing the gap between you two. I know I don't. Otherwise I will understand the meaning of your actions, words and everything else too. You say while looking deep into his eyes. Damn. Then can I have the honor to explain it in only three magical words? Maybe I can write a book to explain you everything about my action, my words, my feelings, and my heart. And even if I beg you, then to never tell me about it. No matter what happens, just don't. You say while you smile when it down. I won't ever regret to not accessing this ad orders of your my lady. Let me warn you beforehand that I am going to do completely opposite of your command this time, my lady. You push them away and murmured, whatever. Then turned to walk away, but suddenly you lost your consciousness. Then hold you just in time, which made you not to fall on ground. He picked you up in his arm. Down. I told you, you are gonna faint soon. He put you on the bed gently and was about to leave, and suddenly you hold his collar and pulled him closer to yourself, which shook him by shock for a moment. Down, my lady, put your fingers at his lips and say with your sleepy eyes, I sleep with me tonight. You say, giggling, while his ear turned red and he gulped. Ian, you are excited. You chuckled seeing his reaction. Damn, it's not a pity for me sleeping here with you on the same bed. I, even after I gave you a permission for it, you say while putting him closer to yourself, he put his hand near your face to maintain the distance. Taehyung, you are drunk. I, who cares? And what are you even afraid of? Taehyung, something wrong will happen. He said while clenching his fist as your faces were too close now. I, wrong? Like what? Taehyung, like you killing me tomorrow and becoming widow before even getting married and our unborn child is spending their whole life without a dad. You chuckled hearing his words. Ian, you are too much delusional. And you pushed him away from yourself and said before closing your eyes once again. Ian, go, I leave you. Don't ever leave me, my lady. He said while looking at your face one last time before leaving. You wake up with a jerk while breathing fastly. You looked around and saw Sam, who was putting the coffee mug on the table. He was looking at you with worry now. Damn, what happened? A nightmare? You slightly noticed while finally looking away from him. Damn, What is so bad? It was awful. You shiver clenching your face. Damn, a nightmare which was awful. Suppose I into it. He asked jokingly, but seeing you're silent, he got his answer. Damn, looks like I was, and I thought you never dreamed about me. Well, everything happens for good. Well, I already made the food, so just come out whenever you feel like eating. He suddenly verified your energy, and a tear escaped your eyes. I offer. Was it really offer? You were eating food silently without saying anything. Meanwhile, Tang was looking at you while eating his food. Tang, no comments on food today? He asked by raising his eyebrow without looking at him. You reply, it's good. Tang, what the? Did you just compliment me instead of think that I am the worst cook in this world? No way. I can't understand it. I think even if everyone cursed me for my food, then too I won't kill them. He said while smiling and chuckling as he looked at you, but seeing you in complete mood of silence made him clear his throat to get your attention. Damn, everything alright, my lady? You didn't reply him and just kept eating, which was enough for him to realize that nothing is alright. Damn, just talk about it when you feel like it. He said while sighing, clearly knowing that you won't ever talk with him about it. After you both were full, he took the place and put them in sync. I will come again tonight and stay here. You said while looking at your palm. He turned around and looked at you in doubt, but without thinking any further, he replied, and tomorrow too, day after tomorrow, and he cut you off in middle. Damn, just come as long as you want. Just think this place is your place. You get up and left without saying anything else. Tom kept looking at you in confusion as every time you came in his plate after being there, you become so annoyed that you want to leave as soon as possible, but today was different. You were eating food while Tang was looking at you in worry. It's been 1 week now, but neither you were getting irritated with Taehyung jokes, nor you were smiling as usual or being cheerful as always. You completely changed in this past 1 week, which is making Taehyung worry for you. You left after eating food without replying to anything what Taehyung was saying. Max pushed Taehyung's right hand man come out from his hideout. Damn, did you notice that change? Max, what do you do with her boss? Tam looked at him in disbelief as his men were shouting on him. Before he could say anything, Hannah stormed in his out. She is your right hand and works for you. She pointed her gun at Tam. Hannah, what did you do with my mem? Tam scoffed, seeing this. Tam, why is everyone so upset with making me the faulted here when I didn't even do anything? He said, then looked back at Max, who was busy in staring at Hannah. Damn, and you aren't even taking the trouble to pull out your gun while she is aiming her gun at me. Max whispered in Taehyung's ear. Max, learning from you, boss. Never point your gun at your girl. Taehyung scoffed and looked at Hannah, who was looking at both of them in doubt. Taehyung, I won't harm you, so just put your gun down. She didn't. Taehyung, I promised to not harm you, so she still didn't. Max, he never breaks his promise, so rest assured. And I am here to put her gun down immediately without thinking twice. Damn, what do you mean by you are here to? You sound like you will kill me just for a while. Will you? Damn looked at Max, who replied him without making any sound. Believe me, it's better to not know the answer of this question. Damn, looks like the one. Only my love life is screwed. He murmured to himself while looking at both of them. Max, unfortunately, yes. Taehyung yelled at him. Max, I took the oath in your name that I won't ever lie to you. Taehyung, fuck. Max, sorry but I am stressed. Max said with a smile which means Taehyung scoffed and he looked at Hannah who was looking annoyed now. Taehyung, I have the same question as you, so let me find the answer of it first. Taehyung entered in your room but froze as his eyes laid on you. You were in a bathroom as you were just coming out from your bathroom. You looked at him while blinking as he locked the door unknowingly. He kept coming closer to you while you kept looking at him. Suddenly he lost his balance and you tried to help him so that he won't fall, but it does result in both of you falling on wet. You were under him while he was looking at you with raspy breath. Suddenly he joined his forehead with yours and closed his eyes. Damn, you're gonna make me crazy someday, my lady. Just slap me before I lose my control and kiss you. He fell silent after this until his eyes widened as he just get a peck from you. You pecked very closer to his lips, which made his ears and cheeks turn totally red. He get up from you immediately and fell backwards, realizing that it really happens. You looked at him without blinking while he ran away from your room. Taehyung come out from your room by turning into a tomato. Max and Hannah looked at him by raising their eyebrow. Taehyung, am I dreaming? He asked while looking at Max. Max, can I have the pleasure to assure you that it isn't a dream by slapping you? Taehyung, glad you know. Taehyung said while giggling and Hannah looked at Max. She took her hand near her head, then by suckling her finger around her head, she pointed her other finger at Taehyung and raised her eyebrow for a reply from Max. Her question was simple. Is he mad? Max, in mind. Sorry, boss. Max nodded his head in yes. Hannah looked at Taehyung just again, then asked, Hannah, just what the hell happened with him in that room to behave like this? Max, you wanna know the answer even after seeing that blushing face and crazy reaction of him? Max whispered in her ear, which made her look at him, then they both looked at Taehyung, who too looked at them. Taehyung put his one hand on his chest, then showed them his teeth with a big smile and showed them a thumbs up. Then he fainted immediately, which made both of their eyes widen. You were standing in balcony when suddenly Taehyung came there. He was hesitating as you were ignoring him from last 4 days after that kiss incident, and every time he came near you, you walked away from that place. He stand beside you while seeking for an excuse to start a talk. I. It wasn't awful. Taehyung was taken aback by a sudden burst. Taehyung, what? I. That nightmare. No, it wasn't a nightmare. It was a dream. A beautiful one. You say by looking at the sky and controlling your tears. Taehyung understood what you were talking about immediately. Taehyung, even though I was in it. I. That's what the beautiful part of it. You say while biting your lower lip and sniffing. Taehyung froze for a moment, but he composed himself. Then he put his hand on your head. Taehyung, everything alright? I. No, nothing alright. Everything will tell me, Taehyung. Just say he will come back, but he abandoned me. I was just tired, crying on road alone. The woman who took me in and gave me food sold me out to Mafia. My Mafia boss who once praised me started being scared of me and tried to kill me. So I made his fear come true. I took his seat until that time. I don't even remember that how many people betrayed me and how even my heart it to betrayed me. You finally put it all out for the very first time in front of the person who truly cared for you. Your tears start falling and Taehyung's heart ached for you once again. He smoothly wrapped his hand around your waist and pulled you into his embrace. For a second, he thought that you would push him away and he was ready for it, but for his shock, you hold his shirt and broke down completely. You start crying loudly while holding him. Your body lost all its scent and your body weight fell on Taehyung. Taehyung grasped the chair behind him and sat on it with you on his lap, crying like a child. With trembling hand, he pat your forehead. He can feel your pain right in his heart, which was hard to endure. He cupped your face with his trembling hands, then wiped your tears. He kissed your forehead as lovingly as he could. Taehyung, they all but fools, my lady. Don't waste your precious tears on them. Don't forget that how they are nothing in front of you now. You're way too ahead of them and you have me too. I won't ever betray you. It's neither a statement nor a promise. It's a fact. You kept looking at him, saying his unconditional love for you, which melted you once again. I love you. You say while looking at him, but his breath hits, and he looked at you with widened eyes. He immediately pinched himself before reacting more. Then he looked at you in more doubt. Damn, is it a trap, my lady? What if it did? Damn, then I will wholeheartedly fall for it. Taehyung said with a smile, but then suddenly he broke 3 buttons off his shirt and he looked at you in confusion. You put your hand on his chest, which made him gasp. Taehyung, my lady. It's mine. Taehyung, yes. Taehyung said with his raspy breath. You looked at his red cheeks and ears, whispering touch mark on your face. I, only I have the right to see you in this miserable conditions. Taehyung, no doubt, in it, my lady. Taehyung said while clenching his fist on chair handle, trying to compose himself, but he failed miserably. You sucker seeing him like this and hugged him immediately. He wrapped his one hand around your waist, pulling you closer even in that situation so that he can feel it that it was real, not a dream again. Taehyung smiled while hiding his face in the crook of her neck, which made you chuckle again. The end.